that I've like sort of been, when people come in, I work the door here, when people come in, they'll say, who are you texting? What's so interesting on your phone? What are you doing? Why aren't you paying attention? Why aren't you drinking? I'm reading the newspapers. That's what I'm doing. I'm keeping myself going, or else I will drink like a fish all night. So this one is called Confederacy of Dunces. So let's go with it. People are like, oh, that's a book? It's the name of a book, too. Thank you. See, people are like, readers, read. Yes. It's also the name of a movie that has not come out and that's always in post-production with Will Ferrell. But that's not where I'm going with this, so we're going to go. We live in a confederacy of dunces, and not of the John Kennedy Tool type, but of the diesel I'm with stupid type, advertising our ignorance in subway stations, on billboards, t-shirts, and jeans. We live in a confederacy of dunces with Rand Paul, Mark Williams, Sarah Palin, Steve Russell, Glenn Beck, and Rush Limbaugh serving as the poster children of America's regressive politics. Hope and change are being replaced with look back, remember, and never forget as the South rises again despite geographic location. You see, Oklahoma and Arizona were recognized Confederate territories until the end of the Civil War. And we are back to fighting for states' rights and complaining about big government while passing bills that have me looking up I Wish I Was in Dixie on YouTube, since this Reconstruction before the war can only have one soundtrack, and I want to remember. Because when Obama placed his hand on Lincoln's Bible and took that oath, I wonder if he knew he would also have to contend with his own divided nation. And folks like Governor Bob McDonnell of Virginia keep waving flags while fighting to pay homage to gray uniforms to fallen soldiers, while not acknowledging that his dreamed of land of cotton was built on the scarred backs of someone, because that cotton didn't pick itself. And that which he describes as leaving a stain on this nation cannot be washed away with selective memory, no matter how much we try to look away. And sometimes wishes come true, and instead of cotton fields, we long for the days when we were the ones crossing borders under manifest destiny. And we live in fear that what we have done to others will be done to us. So we pass Senate bills like 1070 and say that it's not racist, when I wonder how many white people are going to be stopped and asked for their papers. If it's about security, then I guess I should just sit back and wait for Sarah Palin to pass a bill reinforcing Alaska's border, since those damn Canadians can't be trusted not to illegally cross into our beloved state of Alaska with their crazy ideas of universal health care and education. But maybe she's too busy condemning Rachel Maddow for her prejudiced interview with Rand Paul, when all he was saying was that perhaps we went a little too far with the Civil Rights Act. He's not racist, he just believes that private businesses should have the right to deny services or access to anyone they so choose without the federal government becoming involved, which somehow seems a little bit like segregation to me. But what does this New Yorker know about Kentucky? Or racial profiling in Arizona? Officers are required to stop and question anyone who they think might be illegal, because suspicion is just cause, and fear is just cause, and the color of one's skin is just cause, but we mask it as a question of employment. We need to stop them from stealing our jobs. When I keep looking for that Mexican who crossed the border and stole that office job that Mr. Miss Suit and Tie was applying for, and I still can't seem to find him doing anything else except for sweeping up America's shit, washing her dishes, nursing her babies, cooking her food, and picking her fruit. And we start wars and fund terrorists and get mad when they ask us for a refund, when they ask us to take responsibility. But maybe my sense of reality is off, since Rand Paul wants to chalk up the BP oil spill to the old adage of mistakes happen. And Obama is un-American because he wants to hold folks accountable, and this is not something we take kindly to, except when we are the ones cooking the books in order to ensure that we get that Christmas bonus while laughing all the way to the bank with someone else's money in our pockets. Yet stealing is an act we condemn and use to justify building fences around land that was never ours to begin with. And I'm not surprised, since our educational system is laughable and math and logic is not something we have ever been good at. So we have BP execs offering $5,000 to coastal residents if they give up their right to sue. I say don't do it. I hear that there are still some people waiting for reparations and a formal apology for slavery. Because see, we haven't forgotten. We just selectively remember. Which is why we have music groups calling themselves Lady Antebellum and thinking it's okay because all it means is before the war. As in, before black people were legally free. Before big government became an expression used by teabaggers in order to justify different forms of oppression and othering. Before lynchings were illegal. Before the Underground Railroad was unnecessary. Before Obama could have been elected. Before Sotomayor could have been appointed. Before this poem could have been written. Before Sarah Palin throws her next tea party. Before I asked her. So if you close up those borders, who's going to wash your dishes? Thank you. So at the end of the evening, definitely check in with him. We're going to be accepting submissions for about a year, but I would definitely touch base with him. And that's the next project. Thank you very much.